Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am the Chunibyo who is also bearing that stalker with my sack of books. Scooby-Doo.
And I am Nika's new life coach, Sobroni.
Bitch, you really a lot of help.
It's a tough challenge ahead of me.
Welcome back to Waifu Wars Podcast. I talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu, because she is trash. How you doing, Oni?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Drew?
Honestly, I've been better. Life's gonna be in my booty, but you know, I'm hanging in there. And nothing lifts up my spirits than talking about anime.
Same.
So we're gonna get right into it with our weekly news section. This week in anime. You can go first, Oni, actually.
So my thing is more like wow, that's kind of interesting news topic than it is actually relevant. But Zune announces Toho Project's 19th game. So for those of you who are somehow unfamiliar with Toho Project, it is a bullet hell game that has been around for like 30 years at this point. And yeah, the new 19th game in the series, titled Unfinished Dream of All Living Ghosts, will be releasing this summer at Comic Kit. And I don't know, it's just interesting to me that they're still making Toho games. Like, holy shit. Like, I was playing Toho games in middle school.
Yeah.
And even then, they were like up to 10 or something.
Yeah, it says here that his first game was like in 1995.
Yeah, it was on Windows 98. So, like
that,
before even XP, he put out the first Toho game before like Internet Explorer. Like, it was Netscape, I think, was the main internet browser, like before Google.
Which is like, yeah, it's fucking nuts.
I think Toho has to be
is older than Google.
Yeah, it has to be like the longest running anime, I guess anime-esque game. I don't know. It's very old. Like, and it still doesn't have an official anime. I'm shocked that he stuck to that.
Anime game. Final Fantasy still
yeah, but it's more like a game. Like, this is like a fan-made game.
Yeah. In terms of whatchamacallit, what's the term I'm looking
Doujin
for?
games, like just fan-made.
I don't want to say fan-made because that makes it sound like I would say more like what those type of games where it's not like by a big company.
Indie games.
Like indie games, yes. Yeah. It's like I would say it's one of the biggest.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like
games.
Probably one of the first indie games. It's 95
and probably the longest running.
Oh, for sure.
Because who else? which indie producer has created games for this long?
Yeah, and I was actually recently just playing. I got into my nostalgia mode and started playing some Toho Project games, and it just made me remember this. I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to play 19 now, but I suck at that. I used to be good at them, but I've grown older. My muscle memory is not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I've never been a bullet hell lover myself, so. But yeah.
If nothing else, we'll get cute new characters that we can find lewds of, I guess.
Yes, even though I'm pretty sure I've seen this exact girl on the cover. I've seen her like
she's like the main character. She's on every cover.
Exactly. So the way I still don't know what this game is about.
It's about nothing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right. So on my neck of the woods, Quantum Anime News Network, Netflix rolls out password sharing limit to US and more markets in second quarter. So they coming back for us. They rounded up.
They're coming out with take two. Like, all right, we got another strategy. Let's see if this one works.
So according to Anime News Network, Netflix launched the policy in Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru. We talked about this before around that time. And then we also discussed how in other Anime News Network articles, how they started doing this in other countries. And Netflix apparently said that in each of these countries, there was immediate cancel reaction, but it was eventually eclipsed by former sharers creating new accounts or paying more to formally add new users to existing accounts. So basically, uh, and if you guys forgot what it was,
Mm.
um, their new policy states that all devices using a single Netflix account must be associated with one singular primary location that the company will verify through mandatory logins to the same Wi-Fi connection every 31 days.
It just seems so extra.
It does. Netflix will prompt secondary users. Yeah, so actually, that I wasn't done talking about it. Netflix will prompt secondary users from other locations to register for their own account or for a second account. Subscribers who are traveling for extended period of time will be able to request a temporary code for hotel smart TVs, company laptops, and more in transit devices for 7 consecutive days at a time. Uh, so yeah, that does sound really extra,
Yeah.
and it's like, so here's my thing. Once again, Netflix, you have to remember we have other streaming services that are just as good and if not better than yours.
Yeah, they gotta stop acting like they're the only like, I don't think they've caught on. Like, wait,
The
are we
the
no
the
longer the
the
only show in
way
town?
people will be like, "Okay," and just go to Disney Plus because Disney
Oh
Plus
yeah,
is
Disney Plus is kind of killing
low-key
it right now,
right.
and
Is
they got
low-key
the
better.
hookup with great anime now too. Oof. Sorry, Netflix.
Like, they're
Now you can't
doing
even retain anime viewers now.
so it's like, what are we doing? Like, I mean, yes, people had made immediate cancel reaction, but I don't think maybe Chile doesn't have all the apps that we maybe some of these countries don't have all these streaming platforms that we do because we have a lot. We
I
have
feel like they
so many.
definitely do though.
Yeah. So I guess in other places that they do, maybe Netflix was like, eh. I think they were testing this out in other countries, and now
Hmm.
that they realize that there's no real threat,
Hmm.
they're just like, well, US, it's your call. Um, I mean, I feel like only can I assume that you're probably not even like you're not gonna cancel yours, seeing how I feel like you don't even use your Netflix anywhere else.
Yeah, it just kind of just is there. I'm not going to cancel it, but if they keep being ridiculous with it, I probably will.
Yeah, so something like this isn't enough, but it's getting you there.
Yeah, it's just seeing it mentioned. So, like, basically, if they continuously raise the prices again, then I'll
You'll probably
probably
stop.
drop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get mine for free, so I'm chilling.
Well, there
Shout
you
out to
go.
T-Mobile. And the moment it is no longer free is the day I no longer have it. It is that
And I feel like
simple.
many people are on that same boat.
Right. So, very, very, very interesting Netflix. I don't know, I'm curious to see how this happens. When is this going to happen? They said by the second quarter of this year, but I don't it doesn't give a date. Also random, it's gonna stop shipping out DVDs.
It's gonna stop or start.
Stop.
Oh, I didn't even know it still did that. Yeah, stop that.
Yeah, I thought they stopped it like forever ago, but no. But now they're actually gonna stop it this year. Which I can kind of commend them for even keeping it going for this long. So
Mm.
yeah. All right, that's my nice little news. Um, before we start our weekly reviews, I want to do a filler arc. I want to do a filler arc, and this is a little ranty. So,
Mhm.
uh, I just because I've been seeing this attitude. Well, at first I saw this attitude like in amongst weebs first, definitely amongst weebs first, but more so I think Twitter really amplified this behavior. This behavior of someone saying I like X, and then someone come from another place saying, "Well, I like Y." So, and it's like, okay, I like one thing. I don't know why you're trying to put my other like X is whack because I love Y, and I'm like, why? Why do we do this? There's a part of me that
This
almost
sounds like a
like,
very hyper specific pet peeve that you're going into right now.
no, but have you noticed? No, but first of all, people talk about this on Twitter all the time, like because this shit happens on Twitter all the time. It's literally will be like I feel like it was almost like a running joke where someone's like, "Hey, I like pancakes," and someone else is like, "Oh, well, do you hate waffles?"
Well, yeah, that's a joke.
It's kind of
It's
like
Twitter.
that.
Everyone disagrees with everybody on everything.
It's kind of like that, except it's like in this specific case, it's like I like pancakes, and a person's like, "Well, pancakes suck because I love waffles," and I'm just like, "Huh?" Well, what did that have to do with what did my statement about pancakes have to do with waffles to
Maybe
begin
you
with?
shouldn't start shit talking waffles, Drew.
Right, and I feel like I feel like in the anime community, I don't know, I started noticing that a lot. I'm pretty sure it's always been a thing, like period, but started noticing it a lot more, and I don't know. Now I'm just like hyper aware of it, and I'm just like questioning like why do we do that? What's the point? It feels it almost feels like as boys who grow up like kind of doing like, well, my character is super blah 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 blah, and my character can do this blah blah blah. I feel like to a certain degree we haven't outgrown that, and that is just now manifesting itself through like us saying, "Oh my god, I your waifu B is bad, waifu C is better because I like her." And I understand the irony of me saying this, given the literal title of our podcast.
Yeah,
Which makes me laugh as I'm talking about it now. But yeah, it's just so interesting to see that behavior. I was like, ugh, it's part of me that actually like wants to do research on that because it's just such a weird, bizarre phenomenon. Like I don't know, like I don't know. For example, like the times where it's like, yeah, me and Oni really like Nero because she looks real cute in this outfit, and then some literally anyone will be like, yeah, but Nero sucks. She's not as hot as servant whatever, literally enter servant here. And I'm
I
just
got the
like,
answer. It's called being online, Drew. That is the disease. It happens
yeah,
all over.
I don't know, that's just that's so stupid. Like it seems so stupid to me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone watching this if that is you. And I'm pretty sure there's one of two of you that is. It's just it seems so silly. Like I don't know. I challenge you guys to literally sit with yourselves and think about that and think like why do you do that and what do you get from doing that besides kind of being a dick for putting someone else down for just to hype up the thing that you like, even though you both can just have what you like. I don't know. It's a weird. It's a very weird thing. It's just like I said, Twitter made me more aware of it as been on Twitter more and more for the sake of the channel. It's like this fucking website. I feel like it just takes a chip of my soul every day. No,
That's why
I'm
you should
just kidding.
stay away from Twitter.
Oh. Unless you're following us, follow us on Twitter
Yes, unless you're
at
following us.
G&AREVIEWS. Oh my God, see, we don't bring any of that toxic energy. We bring good vibes, anime shit, and lots of memes. You know, we're one of the good ones, and we'll never trash your waifu.
Except on this podcast.
Well, yeah, well that's basically true. Which is for entertainment purposes only. We don't really care. Like, I don't know. Also, yeah, I once again I have to remind you that these anime girls that you're fighting for so desperately for, they don't exist. They are literally just a collection of assets of pictures and
See, now
drawn
you're
by
picking a fight, Drew. Now you're gonna get comments from people. That's why they tell you that shit. That's why they tell you they like waffles, because you say shit like that.
I don't care. I don't care because you are fighting so hard of literally.
Says the guy who fights for
anime girls.
Beyonce and Boa. Like they're just as fake to you as the anime girls.
They're not because they're real.
But they'll guess how much they'll ever acknowledge you or notice that your existence or ever interact with you as much as Nero will with me. So therefore, you also fight over fake shit.
No,
celebrity culture is just as fake as anime culture.
That is true to an extent. I can agree with you on that. But I'm not fighting anyone. Not seriously fighting anyone over Boa. Like, I'll just be like, okay, well, like, I'm just like, okay, you're dumb, and leave it at that. Like, I'm not.
And I will say the same to people who bash Nero and Abby.
Yeah, but
yeah, the topic has come full circle.
But yeah, but no one has to bash anyone. Like, no one has to come for anyone, especially anime girls of all. Well. Let me rephrase that because, like, I realized on this podcast we literally talk shit about many characters, including obviously waifus, but not for their looks per se. Well, usually 9 out of 10 times not for their looks. Usually because of how they relate to a story or their role in the story, or they did something I liked or I didn't like. You know, stuff like that. Things are you can actually critique that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as opposed to once again, it. And I even go as far as to say, like, I don't mind if it's us because it's not like some 14-year-old is out of nowhere is like reading a book of Naruto, like reading a manga of Naruto, and he's like, "Wow, Tsunade is really pretty." We don't just break out the mics, start the podcast, and like, "No, we're gonna talk about why Tsunade ain't shit," and Hinata is so much fucking better. Like, you know, do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I get the point.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's a little silly, and it happened recently on stream, and I was just like, why would you even? Like, it's one of those things where it's like I'm not even mad about it. I'm just like I'm more like confused. I'm like, girl, shut up! Like, we wasn't even talking about this. You just interjected yourself for no reason. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, internet's weird. The internet, it's great, but man, does it really? it makes people very weird, in my opinion. That's it. That's all I feel. That's all I have to say about that. And we're actually gonna get started with our weekly reviews. Now I'm done cussing you out.
Good, because I have to curse out someone when we talk about this show. But continue.
Oh God! All right, so we're gonna start out with Oshinoko, episode 2.
This would have potentially been my episode of the week, but Aqua is gonna quickly ruin the show for me because I fucking can't stand. I can't stand this son of a bitch.
Okay, I'm first of all, like I predicted, it didn't just become some cute.
No, it did though, because anything with Ruby is cutesy and idly, and anything with Aqua is just like dark and edgy. That's exactly what I predicted would happen.
Okay, that's fair,
But
but
like, I like the Ruby side. I just Aqua's. I hate Aqua. Why'd they change his character so much?
because his because he suffered from a traumatic event. Like
Okay, but you can suffer from a traumatic event to be a good character.
I think you're being very quick to judge. Yeah, that this was anime. You've been quick to a lot of things. This
No.
anime specifically.
All right, are you going to defend Aqua in this episode?
Okay, admittedly, he was a little.
When I saw the scene where he actually lied to his sister, like, oh, good, I faked the whole. To go so far as like, I did the fake phone call to get her to literally ruin her dream and also change her phone settings so she can't receive messages and shit. Like,
But also,
why?
I mean, but you know the answer.
But that's so dumb.
That's not dumb.
It is dumb.
His mom literally got killed.
All right, so if his mom, if I had fallen from a fucking staircase or something and died, where he had forbidden Ruby from ever walking downstairs or some shit, like what? Like it's such a dumb. Like I get it. Like yes, oh my mom, our mom died from this traumatic thing. So, but he's such a dick. Like that's such a dick thing to do. You can't just control other people's lives because it's like your trauma. Like, oh, this is my trauma. Now I gotta control my sister's life because of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you are. I'm glad you're stating the obvious problem.
Yes, and it's so annoying. So I hate him for that. But on top of that, he has the worst character trope that I hate, which is dark, edgy, brooding, depressed guy that just broods and is edgy in the corner. I can't stand that trope. He was such an interesting character before.
When he was a baby.
When he was either a baby or when he was a doctor. He was way better. I don't know. Like he can still be cunning and manipulative and edgy, but be interesting. Like I think the direct parallel I made when I was watching this episode was Lelouch. Lelouch, same exact trauma. His mom died right in front of him, very bloodily. But he's not like constantly brooding and being a dick. He's still a fun character that has like multifaceted personalities that change depending on where he is and what he's doing. But he's still focused on revenge and scheming and manipulating things. I just feel like there's better ways to do it. To do that type of character.
I'm going to give him more than just an episode. Like I said, I just feel like you are jumping the and yes, he was very like ugh.
He was insufferable this episode. He was really insufferable. I'm sorry. He was so insufferable. Any scene where he was in it was painful to watch for me.
Oh my god! All right,
I can't stand.
Okay,
but conversely, conversely, every other character is great. So,
well, I think he's fine for now. To at least to me, he's fine. Like, yes, he's gotten that very edgy thing, but it's like once again, his mom died. He doesn't want his daughter to be he doesn't want his sister to become an idol to meet the same fate, or he's paranoid that he. Yeah,
and also, I don't like the fact that
she's not going to listen because she's clearly her own person. She's not going to listen to him. So yes.
Okay, so then let her do her own thing. Like,
but no, he doesn't want her to get involved with the wrong people, which can fuck her up potentially.
Okay, but like
all right,
I understand his motivations. I just think he's a shitty person. That's my argument. And he's not a shitty person in an entertaining way. He's a shitty person and a boring character on top of it.
I don't think he's a shitty person because
Really? So if
no,
I did that
because
same thing to you, you would not think it was a shitty thing to do.
I would, of course, I would be mad at you, but I would understand. I would be really pissed at you. But I would understand. I would understand that your intentions are only to protect me in a very fucked up way.
You're giving him way too much credit.
But that's what it is. At the end of the day, it's not like he's doing this because he
Yeah,
wants
but
to hurt
like
his sister.
intentions are fine and all, but sometimes like if his intention is I want to keep my sister safe, so I'm gonna lock her in a room and make sure she never leaves. Oh, but my intentions are to keep her safe. It's still a horrible thing to do. Like you can't just control someone else's life to that degree.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, you kind of are disagreeing. You're like, no,
I'm
but he was
not.
being good, but he was doing it for the right reasons.
But I'm not saying. I'm just saying that doesn't make him like an outright terror. Like you're saying, like
Okay, no, you're conflicting what I'm saying. There's two sides to Aqua. There is Aqua, the boring character, and then there's Aqua, the shitty person.
Yeah, and that's where I disagree because I'm just like
I think
that
he's a
doesn't
shitty
make him
person.
an outright. I don't think it makes him an outright shit.
Listen, could he get this?
Him a good man.
I'm sure he will go through a character arc and like fix himself or whatever, but it rubbed me extremely the wrong way. And also, I didn't like that the mom was somewhat in on it too. But from her angle, I kind of get it because it's like this is her stepdaughter, but daughter, and she's trying to play both sides clearly because she's not purely on Aqua's side where she's like, oh yes, we have to team up and stop Ruby from ever accomplishing her dreams. Like she was clearly also working like to change Aqua. Like, well, maybe you should give her a chance.
And honestly, that little ploy that he pulled with the other girl, like it did actually save Ruby a lot of heartbreak and like that company sounded awful. Obviously,
I mean that company sounded like generic idol company.
I mean, well, in this case, for the sake of the anime, he doesn't want her.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be generic. Listen, if we're gonna go through the whole anime and
generic idol well, hold on. Ooh, rewind. Generic idol companies do not involve like the guys fucking the talent. That is not that is why whatchamacalls it.
That was just a rumor, first of all. There's no proof.
Yeah, whatchamacalls it, not JYP Entertainment. YG Entertainment. That's why they got their shit messed up real good in the last decade because they got found out that it was a rumor that like one of the like K-pop dudes, they like opened up a some kind of bar, and then it was like some kind of weird sex prostitution ring that was happening in that club. Like that was a whole thing.
Listen, it's the entertainment industry. I assume like 90% of it is weird sex behind the scenes orgy shit. So, generic idol group.
Right, but now that's more or less being confirmed by. First of all, if it's being confirmed by like, it's being confirmed by like a member. Like.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy was like fucking the talent. Like, but I assume that's like not that unusual in any, not just idols in Japan. Well, probably especially idols in Japan, but just in the entertainment industry in general.
Right. So, I think he's just hypersensitive to everything that I had to go through, even before she got killed. And she was just like, no, I don't want my sister to do that. I'm not saying what he's doing is right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think the way he found out about that was right because he fucked with another girl. Mm-hmm. That was kind of wild. But yeah, it's gray black. He's like gray black right now.
Yeah,
a very dark gray right now.
He's a dark gray that doesn't have the benefit of being very charismatic and fun like Lelouch, so it's rubbing me even more the wrong way. If he was a more fun character, I could at least be like, Damn, he's so entertaining though. But now I gotta watch somebody who's being an asshole to one of my favorite characters and is also a boring character himself.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this is literally episode 2.
Yeah. I know. First off, it's only 11 episodes, so
It's
so
only episode.
he better get on this character arc quick.
I mean, I feel like they kind of planted the seeds at the end of that conversation
Mm-hmm.
with the director dude, which was actually really fun.
Yeah,
Like,
that was the other thing I really liked about this episode. The little tidbits of lightheartedness and comedy. The whole thing with the director and his mom.
mom, that was hilarious.
And even at the very end with the child actor coming back.
Yeah, reuniting with Kata.
Like, oh, the girl who could eat all the baking soda.
Yeah, like overall,
It was a good episode. I just
Ruby,
don't like Aqua.
Ruby brings out the good, Aqua brings out the bad. I liked can I finally talk about things I liked about it?
Yes.
That's crazy. Whatchamacalls it? Oh, I do like the shots of Aqua as he's like as they do the real anime thing with his eye, make the sparkle in his eye go black. So I like where they pan to it, they show half of his face or his face from different angles, and then
the visuals are really
as
good.
he's saying, and then as he says something fucked up, like that, for example. Well, it happened 2 or 3 times in the episode, but my favorite time was when it happened when they were interviewing that girl, and then they showed just the right side of his face or angles from the right side, and then he says something kind of messed up, and then you see, I think when he says I'm never letting her become an idol, and then that's when his eye opens and you see the black shimmer.
Yeah. Also, I love the director when Aqua keeps bringing up I, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, they bring up I every 5 seconds, and then the director's like, oh my god, I, you sound like a fucking gorilla.
I was like, do Japanese gorillas make that noise?
I guess so.
Is that the sound that they give to gorillas in Japan?
I guess so.
I. Why are your gorillas Latino?
They're imported straight from Brazil. Also, are the what is the woman the producer still married to I forgot the guy's name.
Ichigo?
Yeah, Ichigo. Is he still married to Miyako?
Ichigo did.
Yeah, so I mean, he just left.
He literally just did and disappeared, and Miyako stepped up. Oh my, talk about a come up story.
Yeah, look at that character arc. She got a character arc in 2 episodes. There's hope for Aqua. Yeah, no, that sucks. Considering that she was planning on leaving him this whole time, and then he was the one to leave. Damn.
Wow, how the tables have turned.
And he's gonna come back and be a scumbag at some other point in the series.
Oh yeah, probably, yeah. Okay, that was Oshi no Ko. Great episode. Can't wait for next week. Up next, we have Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 3.
The action has started.
Yep, the demons are here.
We had a quick mini training arc, and now the demons are here.
Literally that. Also his whatchamacallit, his swordsmith is back. What's the name? Haganezuka?
I'm not even gonna try with their names.
Yeah, well, that's what it says in my notes. So
yeah, he's buffer than ever.
Buffer than ever. It's still crazy how he could still go back and forth with Tanjiro. Tanjiro's still that strong. Yeah, that whole scene. Well, from them being disappointed from Tanjiro being disappointed about the sword to Haganezuka, being like, oh, give me the blade, leave it in my hands, and no one knows who the hell he is. Um, him getting tickled, like that whole starting scene was so funny, so quirky. I really loved it.
Though they really love, I feel like every season Tanjiro gets like quirkier and quirkier in terms of like his expressions and
Hmm.
random comedic moments. Like they dudes were having him like flexing and going on handstands and walking upside down and shit for like comedic effect in that whole first
Yeah,
part.
it's a very silly start. Also, I saw on Twitter, someone was like, "Oh God, here comes this next episode. We're gonna do the awkward humor, da 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 da." And I'm just like, this. I'm like, first of all, Demon Slayer has, in my opinion, some of the is definitely one of the funnier like
Oh
shonen.
yeah, for sure.
Like, and it's not even like oh, as opposed to what
Naruto
Naruto.
or
Ugh,
Bleach.
let me change into a hot girl.
Hmm.
Ugh, this joke won't get old.
Yeah, I feel like the Naruto humor especially is very kiddish, like super, super, super for kids. I'd say Demon Slayer is also kind of young humor, but it's
Yeah, it's
like
definitely also kiddish as
it's
well.
just funny, like
It's just
universally
funny. Yeah,
funny.
it's literally just funny.
Like the
That's
whole thing, the whole gag with the tooth, where the guy's like, "You were just
right.
seated. No, I have your tooth right here."
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know how excuse me, anyone could talk about Demon Slayer's humor. I'm like, that's one of the things I like about it.
Hmm.
That it's not just we can just slow mo and swords.
Hmm.
We can do other things as well.
Yeah, it's all very visual too, like visual gags.
Exactly. Uh Also a sweet moment when Tanjiro was braiding Nezuko's
Oh, it was
hair,
cute.
or Nezuko's hair, excuse me. Oh, that was so cute. I was just like, yo, he really is best big brother. Like,
Hmm. That's the other
but
thing
of
I
course,
really like about
mhm,
this show and Demon Slayer in general. It's not very
mhm.
weird coming from me, but it's not very harem focused. I feel like in a lot of other shonens, it's always like the main character, and he's always like the only other female character would be, or like the other female characters that revolve around him are all like love interests,
Really? Like what?
like Bleach,
Mm?
Naruto, or Hime, Rukia,
That
Naruto,
can't be. That can't be. That
Sakura,
can't be a
Hinata.
harem. That can't be a harem. There's just two of them.
Just multiple love interests. The main girls are all multiple love interests, but
I
in
mean,
Demon Slayer,
Sakura.
Sakura
Oh
and
no,
Hinata.
he did kind of like Sakura. You know, Sakura was clearly like,
All right, well
no, I
he
love my.
married Hinata, so Sakura
Thank,
lost.
thank God. Yeah, Sakura. There's nothing but L's for that girl.
But even things like Yu Yu Hakusho with Botan and Keiko.
Keiko.
But yeah, no, in Demon Slayer it's just his sister, which I like. You get more
Yeah.
wholesome moments.
I mean, I feel like Tanjiro already kind of, by those standards,
Hmm.
he already has his quote unquote love
Yeah,
interest.
but she's not really in the show. She's just kind of in the background. She's not. I wouldn't necessarily call her a main character.
And neither of them are main characters, really.
Mm.
So yeah, I guess you have a point. Um, but yeah, and then also I love this. It feels like a very seamless transition from them just like having conversation. Like for example, with what's the name of the Hashira? Tokito
Hmm.
having a conversation about going to the guy. And he's like, first of all, I love that his expression lighting up when he's like, "Let's just go together. We can do this together." And I know it's gonna have some really sad background story, which is why his eyes are just so damn cloudy all the time.
Hmm.
But yeah, seeing his eyes light up to like the nice things that Tanjiro says, it's like, oh, that was cute. But then also a seamless transition. They're like, "Hey, who's at the door?" Like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
who's
who's
that
at the door?"
thing crawling through the door?
And the demon's just like, "Yo," and just like that, it starts. Like that's. You see, what a like I said, what a flawless transition.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I forgot that Demon Slayer does a good job of like pacing. Like I feel like it was really quick, like fast paced. Like oh my god, we're suddenly in a fight, but it didn't feel unnatural, like you said. It was just like oh well, yeah, it makes sense that they got ambushed by a bunch of demons or by this one demon.
Right.
Kind of what
Because I
demons
knew
do.
that, yeah. Because we never like we just assumed it's just gonna be like a person being like, "Oh my god, did you see where this other person go?"
Mm.
Or hey, this is because they're just like, "Oh, we see another person." We didn't think it was just straight up. He was just straight up gonna walk up to them
Mm-hmm.
and be like, "Yo." So
Also,
yeah.
if what's his name didn't wake up Tanjiro, do you think Tanjiro would have just died to the demon because he would have still been asleep?
Um.
And clearly they didn't sense him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think they would just been dead.
Well, rip.
That didn't happen. I mean, we don't know. That might happen soon enough because
Yeah,
baby, the way,
they are not looking good.
yeah, Tanjiro got flued out. A whole new meaning to being flued out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Gyaru, not Gyaru. What's his name? Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the list of characters? Genya. There we go.
Mm.
Genya was cool for all of 5 seconds shooting them, and
His
then
sawed-off shotgun that is
yeah,
not a
and
sword.
yep, and then he immediately got effed up.
Yeah.
The Miss Hashira got blown away. Yeah, so everything's in disarray, and apparently the demon just keeps multiplying itself as it gets cut.
That final form of him in like the
I was so confused
head just grew out of a little fucking bird
about
leg,
the
chicken
talent,
leg. Yeah.
right? It's like I'm a fire my laser.
You're never gonna be able to eat chicken legs again, chicken feet again.
I mean, listen,
You're just gonna
I'm
see
not that
the
scared of
little
it.
head of a demon coming out of it.
Well, maybe if I eat that first,
Mm.
then that's how we win.
That's how
Guys,
you. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. We
that's
just
how
gotta
you
eat the
win.
demon.
You gotta eat the demon first before he does anything. In short, eat more chicken feet, everyone, especially chicken feet soup. So good.
uh, I just had an inappropriate thought, but now we're gonna continue.
Okay, good. I think that's all we have to say about Demon Slayer?
Yep.
Question mark. Okay, great. Let's move on. Let's move on to Mosu Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, Season 2, Episode 3.
This is my episode of the week.
I know. I'm so mad.
How could it not be? Oh, it didn't
'Cause
even have Soletta in it.
and it was
It
still
was still
so
great.
good. Oh my god.
Oh, poor Gruel. Can you stop suffering for 1 minute?
Who?
Gruel or Guel.
Right. The Jet Turk
Yeah,
dude.
Jeturk.
Who- oh god, his name go. What an ugly fucking name.
Wow, now you're shitting on his name after all he's been through?
I feel bad for everything he's been through. It's still an ugly name. Um.
Can all be named Elan.
Oh man, yeah, he's had it pretty rough. So he got captured by the Earthians, the Earthlings, and yeah, he's being held as a hostage while the terrorists are gathering the refugees and evacuating them because they know that uh, the companies are going to be coming for them. Gag. The gag was that they were like, "Oh no, we're actually going to spend out what I just called them the space police."
Yeah, the Space Police. Power Ranger Space Force.
Mm, that was a cute season. That's a cute season. But yeah, no, they're sent to Earth, so they have to evacuate. Uh, in the meantime, Nika is getting the shit beat out of her
Oh
by Norea.
god.
Norea is absolutely just mollywopping her. Like, oh my god.
I can't blame Maria for this one. I'm sorry, Nika. You kind of fucked up.
I mean, mm, like yes, but not for the reason. Like no, like Norea is just like she's just going batshit and just beating up Nika because she's mad.
Hmm.
Because Norea's like, "Duh, you put everyone in danger when you da 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 blah blah blah." And then Nika, who is right when she says this, is like, you kind of broke into the middle of a fight and started and like killed students. Yeah, girl, that's when I thought I had to stop you because you killed
Well, you know
students.
what? A good point doesn't save you from a kick to the face. So
It really did not save her at all. And yeah, it's like Nuria, like girl, Nuria, girl, you're like a terrorist. Like I don't, where is any of this? mm, I don't know, moral superiority coming from. I didn't get it, but you know, I guess she's just in her feelings over. Also, she was like, "Oh, you're the reason." Oh shit, moment I forget
Sophie,
her name. What?
Sophie.
Yeah, you're the reason why Sophie's dead. I'm like, no, mama. Sophie is the reason Sophie's dead. Sophie is 100% the reason Sophie's dead. That had nothing to do with Nika.
That's true.
Literally nothing. Literally, Nika did nothing about it because she's too bitch, too much of a bitch to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's. I kind of now feel bad for for Nurea because she also kind of just like is clearly losing it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, the ass being made no sense. Like her logic, I'm just like, no, you sound crazy, but given that you just lost, well, I guess someone who's like a sister to you,
Mm.
yeah, girl, I
Oh,
get it.
do people ship Nurea and Nika? I gotta look that up.
God, I hope not. Oh, that no,
it's
no, we want to.
it's a very toxic relationship.
No, okay. So anyway, Shadiq, talking to his dad, talking to his dad, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna sell all of your assets to Earth and basically make it so that you guys can't fight Earth because fighting Earth would be destroying this company, which I guess y'all need
Hmm.
capacity." He said, "I am half what Earthling," and that's that. So at least we understand. Because I don't think they revealed that he was half Earthling
Yeah,
before.
they didn't. I
So
don't. At
now
least
it
I don't
kind of
remember
makes
it.
sense.
Hmm.
Right. So now it all makes sense.
I guess you can kind of infer it because he was working with Earth, but I just assumed that was just for like business
Yeah,
purposes.
I thought. Yeah, me too. I thought it was just business, but no, for him it's like
It's business
more.
and pleasure.
Yeah, I think pleasure is the wrong word, but yeah. Fucking Jaleel.
Yeah.
Fucking Jaleel. But everything was cool and we're almost loading everyone up. Fucking Jaleel gets, I don't know, maybe the coke he took that day was really bad. And he just starts the firefight, which was, a proper Gundam fight, which we are which are just happening more and more in the season
Yeah,
now.
we're out of the school and we're in
Yep.
Gundam. We've entered Gundam realm.
I entered Gundam realm where people are getting mercilessly like murdered.
Hmm.
And like damn, they didn't. First of all, they didn't even show Jaleel when he died. Like he was like, "Haha, I got you with the," and then he's like, "Oh," and then you just see the laser go straight to the cockpit, and I'm just like, "Well, they don't show him anymore." So I
I guess he's gone.
yeah, right. Oh my gosh. And then, oh my god, I hate that moment where he like dodged all the missiles. Like, yeah, I dodged all the missiles, and it blows up the school. Uh, and he dies anyways. That kind of sucks.
Rest in peace.
So you might as well just take in the first missile barrage. No, it would have saved the girl. That was kind of yeah. That actually made me sad.
Yeah.
That actually just
I knew that
made
was
me.
gonna happen the moment that, sure took her to the Gundam or whatever. I'm like, oh well, we're gonna get her dead body in the Gundam.
No, I didn't even think that. I thought he was gonna make it.
No, anything he
That's
touches dies. I'm like, I'm like, oh no.
what.
The worst thing that could happen to this girl is him touching her. I'm
No.
gonna save you.
First of all, it was so savage how the one dude was like, "Yeah, she gonna die. Let's go." He was like, "No, she's gone." He took the other kid like, "Yo, let's go."
Oh, I could save you. I can't save her. Bye.
No, right? Period. Mm-mm. That's sad because all the Earthians just got relatively slaughtered, protecting the refugees
Mm-hmm.
and their escape route. So yeah, that made me sad. I was like, damn, at least one or two of them, not all of them died, except the clearly like the super cool important one that they like incredibly emphasized or re-emphasized multiple times. Like, oh, that guy was one of us. He was a space Gundam cop.
Mm-hmm. He was part
So
of Space
yeah,
Force. But yeah, no, this
so
was a
yeah,
great episode.
it was a great episode. The action was great. The plot twist was great. Poor Gurella Gurella Deville.
Yeah, Gorilla Deville getting character development.
Getting character development. Um, Good action.
It just goes to show how good the supporting cast is when you can have a whole episode that really didn't have any Soletta, and Mirorine was just like at the end.
Yep.
So the entire supporting cast was this episode, and they managed to like carry it. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, and also like the yeah, as you said about the end. I didn't know really 100% what the fuck they were talking about, but
I kind of took tidbits that this whole thing was her mother's idea.
yeah, like with their idea. And we got to see some of Rembrandt's motivation, as in Mjolnir's father. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't just like, I'm money mogul. I want to make money. I am cold and ruthless.
Mhm.
Let's see, other motivations like, oh, he wanted everyone was kind of dying to the Gundams, whether it was getting killed by Gundams or dying to the Gundam curse, quote unquote. So he just wanted to like get Gundams off,
Mhm.
like like just outer space. I was gonna say get Gundams off the street.
Get the Gundams off the streets.
Get them Gundams off the street. Um, but yeah, he wanted no more Gundams, and that was why, because you don't want to see everyone just get killed by them. So yeah, that was interesting seeing those motivations that didn't paint him as a dick.
Mhm.
Yeah, I I think that's all I have to say about which from Mercury, excuse me. Any
Same.
last words?
Nope. Looking forward to
All right.
next week.
Yes. Up next, we have Konosuba Bakuen episode 3. This is yeah, I'm really liking the flow of this season. Like they're bringing back all the right things that make me laugh.
Mhm.
Uh, the whole arc with what's his face, the stalker. I'm like,
Yeah.
do we even have to know his name, or can we just call him Stalker?
I'm gonna call him Stalker.
Okay, so
They all
yeah,
have ridiculous. I'm not gonna remember anyone's name but Megumin and Union.
And yeah, I already know I struggle with Yun.
Yeah.
I call her Megumin just like the cat.
There are 3 Megumins on the show. There's Megumin Explosion, Megumin Cat, and Megumin Union.
Yun. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so which of course they use that joke again with the Megumin and the cat. And I love how Union's like, yeah, let's call her Kuro because she's black. And then they're like, what a weird name. Which, of course, I guess the joke is because that's so obvious
Mm-hmm.
that they would just find that weird.
Yeah, they all have weird ass names. Like, oh, girl, that's so fucking freakish and plain.
Right. Like, we don't understand you. Um, Also, Union makes friends with the other girls, even though I can definitely understand why Union does not have these girls as friends anymore.
They're very antithetical to her worldview. She's not in sync with them.
Yeah, also, she's incredibly clingy.
Yes. It's weird that she's like this when she grew up in this village, and she's like the only one there who's somewhat normal and not insane, or well, I guess she's insane in a different way.
I'm gonna say she's insane. She's just
Well, let me say she's
hard
awkward in a different way. Like they're
yeah,
awkward
she's
because they're choony and cringy,
yeah,
and she's awkward because she's clingy and socially awkward.
got you. Yeah, she's a special one, that one. Yeah, the whole scene where the girls are talking about like, yeah, so even I love even the girl talking slowly in the hinge. That was amazing. She was like, yeah, so there's like this guy I like, but like there's also but I'm also like still into my lover from the past life. Would that be kind of like cheating? I was like, what? Girl, what are you saying? And the other girl's like, yeah, this guy from the timeline is so hot. Like from this other timeline.
Union is just nodding, like, yes, yes, I understand.
Right? And then Union's like, I just want someone who's nice, I can talk to, and da 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 da. And then they're like, whoa, you're so freakishly bland. Like,
Mm.
oh god, it's so great. Meanwhile, they're doing God knows what to her hair. She looking like Janet Jackson in what was that one song? That song I was kind of obsessed with for a bit.
I don't know any Janet Jackson songs.
Together again.
Okay.
You know that song?
Nope.
Everywhere I
Oh
go,
yeah, okay.
every
I
time
know
I
that
see.
song.
Yeah, you know. I'm like you
I
know
know
that song.
all her songs, I just don't know any of their
Any of
names.
the little titles, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, no, same clearly. um, but yeah, she's looking like that music video where her hair is tied up in like like crazy Bantu rolls or some shit like that. Uh, Bantu rolls, Bantu knots. But yeah, no, that was really funny. The stalker comes when the stalker comes into the library, and as they realize what he says sounds like grade A stalker like shit. They're just
Mhm.
like, yeah, we don't like. They just need to bury him in books. I love how they just all get together to be like, oh, you're weird, and then they just like either leave him to die or bury him.
Mhm.
Uh, but then with how did he convince how did Stalker convince Union and Megumin
Food.
food. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll buy you food, of course. Always works. 100% success rate on Megumin.
Yeah. Um and then that whole scene where he encounters Suketo, I think that's her name. Uh
Fortune
what
teller?
I mean it's literally just like I imagine her name is like if you're trying to say socket in Japanese, and they don't have a word for socket. Like,
Suck it though.
scare, socket.
Yeah. Sounding Italian there. You're like, "Sca, ta, sca, ta, ta."
But yeah, then he's like he creeps up to her, turn invisible, and then she just like hits him, like just hits him. Oh, when all the bears randomly attack them, and he just does Great Inferno spell, and he gets her caught up in the blast. That is so funny. And then even worse, the fortune. He's like, show me who you're going to be with. Nothing. And he's just like, oh my God. And then he's like, well, sometimes I get it wrong. I remember this one time I was a child and, I thought it was going to be cloudy, but there was some rain. Yeah,
I'm just glad that, because one of the issues I thought I was gonna have with this series is that if it's centered on Megumin, like Megumin and Union would have to carry the whole show. But the side characters are also pretty strong in this one.
Yeah, because they're all so ridiculous.
Yeah, they're all just as ridiculous, if not more so.
Exactly. So this is a very just good old fashioned fun episode. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Up next we have Ousama Ranking Yuki no Takarabako, season 2, episode 2. One thing I love about this show, I just like that the show will never make me feel bad.
They will come close to making you feel bad, but
no, it will make you feel bad, but then it always will make you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So they're traveling in the desert. They had that little part where they run to the bandits, and then Boji's like, "I'm new and improved, Boji." Then we basically do. I mean, I don't see the difference between this and old Boji, except the whole cactus. That cactus wombo combo was pretty cute, though.
Mm-hmm.
Where he knocked out the guy picking up Kage's cactus. That was cute. I like that. And then the desert spirits, when they went to the desert spirit world thing, they didn't even drink any water. That's the gag. Like, they were so busy playing with the animals. I've been like, okay, I get it, these are spirits. It's amazing. We're also in the desert. Let's can we appreciate the beauty, but also stock up on water at the same time?
That part gave me real like Avatar vibes, like when they go to the spirit world in Avatar.
Yeah, it did. Except a lot less dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That was cute. Like, the mom came, the spirit mom came and was like, "Give me my baby." And they give back the baby, and then I don't know, Sky Spirit sucked them back in and spat them out in the real world. I don't know what really happened. I feel like we don't need to know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, well, I'll suspend my disbelief for this. Yeah.
Right.
It just magically got back. Why not?
It's not suspending disbelief per se, because looks at everything else that happened.
Yeah.
It's just something that we just can't explain as of right now, and that's okay. That is a-okay. Yeah, no, just a bunch of little cute interactions. The good old fashioned King's Ranking stuff that just makes my chest warm, you know?
Yeah, I'm just hoping we get an episode with Hilling soon.
Not with killing.
Hilling, the queen.
Oh.
No, not with killing. There's no killing
I'm like,
in King's
whoa,
Game. No one dies in King's Game, Drew. Except one person.
I'll call it King's Game.
I keep calling it King's Game. Sorry, King's Ranking.
A lot of people die in King's Game.
I say King's Game too much. It's like stuck in my head, unfortunately, for the rest of my life.
Why? I mean, you should be surprised. It's such a good anime.
Yeah, no, it's a curse. It's the King's Game curse.
But yeah, overall, this is a nice episode with very good vibes. Very good vibes. Um, Also, it's cute when the captain was like being like, "Oh my god, stay away from the spirits," and then he like the cat crawled up to him, and he was like, "Oh my god, cat." That was cute. All right. Next we have. Oh my god, scroll down so much.
The power gap.
Right. Up next we have Yuri Is My Job, episode 3. Um. Oof.
It's getting deeper. It's getting. Things are unfolding.
Drama.
Drama is here. Yeah.
So in the beginning, uh, you know, Hime is really first of all, Hime what a what she's such an interesting study.
So she's clearly a narcissist, right?
Oh my god, like like grade S plus, mama. Hit it on the nail.
Mm.
My God. Like, I was like, like literally as she was like talking about her problem, I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
She
wrong
has a
with her?
few screws loose.
Because so she's like trying so hard. She's like, yes, you must believe in my facade, da da da. And then she goes into the background, like of why she doesn't want people, or why she needs people to believe in her. She's like, no, I once. She's like, no, because bad people who tell everyone who I am, like those are the bad people. And once, literally, I took a direct quote from her. Once people find out I'm lying, they flip out and they leave me, and then they leave me, and I'm like, yes, girl, because you're being fake.
That
Like,
sounds like a you problem. But
right? I'm like,
yeah,
yes,
that was
because
like such
you're the bad
classic.
guy in this.
Yeah, she's like, the bad. I'm not the bad guy for lying to everybody. The person who tells everyone I'm lying is the bad person here.
Right. The fact that she got caught in the lie and she wasn't even like trying to lie her way out of it. Like
Mm,
she was so shook to the core that someone would like, wait, someone would tell people that I'm
I've
being
been
fake. Like she didn't understand.
betrayed.
Like right, she literally did not get it. And I'm just like, whoa. And it's crazy because people like this really exist in real life.
Yeah.
They really do. I was gonna say for a second, like, oh, they don't exist like this. This is just like over dramatization. I'm like, no, no, no. People like her straight up exist. Period.
Unfortunately, Hime is reflective of a larger population of people.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And then of course the gag that it was anyone with two eyes could tell that was clearly little Ayana.
Yeah, in Hime's defense, she grew up really a lot between now and then. But yes, it looks a lot like her still.
It looks like Ayana. So I'm just like, wow, that looks like Ayano. It's probably Ayana.
The color coding of the hair helped. I'm like, oh, well, the other person who has that kind of hair color is like,
Right, and wow, she wears it kind of the exact way as her adult self.
mm-hmm.
Literally wearing it to the side. Like
Yeah.
they weren't really subtle about it at all. Um, and then oh my god, Hime and her dumbass is like, hey. Oh my god. Yeah, she's like thinking it's I think she thinks it's what's the other girl's name? I wrote her name down. Nayana Mahime. shit. What is it with the K? Konoka?
Oh, the other
Kono-
girl.
Yeah, the yandere. Kanoko. There we
Yes.
go. By the way, Kanako did not like that. Oh, she did not like at the beginning where whatchamacallit, what's her face? Hime was really laying it thick on Ayano.
Mm-hmm.
Kanako did not like that. She literally gave her the whole she was like, "Oh my god, why are you trying to get in good shape with a girl who clearly doesn't like you? Like, she's clearly a bad person." Da da da.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable Kaneko Ayano confrontation. That's gonna like, why are you treating Hime like this?
Right. Now, okay. Is she going to have a weapon though? Is my question.
Are they in the kitchen?
Right. Listen, so yandere, any room could be have a weapon in it. Um, but yeah, no, this is that. Yeah, and the fact that Kanako is just super feeding into it is also so incredibly weird and toxic. I mean, I'm in. Like, I love it. Like, this dynamic is like this is like so stupid and messy. Like, this is great. Oh, but right, didn't get to that point where she's like talking to Kaneko, or she assumes she's talking to Kaneko, being like, "Yeah, I can just be fake. I just need her to like me, you know? Like, so I just have to keep up the facade and blah blah blah." And then Ayano just opens it up and it's like, "Ding dong, bitch."
I'm like, why were you blabbing so loudly if you didn't know who was behind the gun? I know you assumed it was Kaneko, but still, you should be more
Girl,
careful.
like, take a peep. Say
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Kaneko, is that you? Is that you? Is that you?" Like, before you start shit talking.
Not to mention everyone
Hello?
else was still there. Like they could have easily overheard that conversation.
Easily. Oh my gosh. Which was hilarious. It was so I was gagged watching Hime just slowly crumbling under the fact that everyone knows that she's a fake ass bitch. Just literally watching.
Does she know? Oh my god, they all know.
They all know that I'm a fake. God, like just watching her just and like mentally implode in 4K. That was hilarious. That was so funny. It's like, yeah, because it's not like I can feel bad for her. um, and then I don't know why Ayano is tasked with like after pulling Hime to the side, why she's tasked with talking to her. I'm like, that's definitely like a manager's job.
Yeah, I don't think the manager cares that much, like, or at least doesn't want to work that much.
Yeah, I think she just uses this point to just like slack off.
She's just like,
Yeah,
listen, I just want to write my fanfic and have you guys write it out, act it out, all right? Yeah.
period.
You guys deal with everything else, the whole business part of this.
That part. Um, and then they have a chat, and then he made. I love how he made opening up. I mean, like she's like, "No, I really want you to like me. That's not part of the act. I promise." Like one time, there was a bad person who told everyone that I was being a fake, and then everyone didn't like me anymore. First of all, that reveal, girl, girl, that was so over the top. Why? Not now she went into her bag, got her ID, and said, "Oh, that Yano, Mizuki Yano." Throws the ID down. Yeah, that was
Here's
me.
my government issued ID to prove that was me.
Like, girl, you could have said it was me. Ooh, what a over the top dramatic reveal.
I'm glad they didn't keep us in suspense too. Like in the
Right,
episode we
thank
found out
you.
about the situation, they were like, "Oh, or clearly it's Ayano." And then by the end of the episode, they were like, "Oh yes, it's Ayano." Good.
Yeah, right. Like you didn't really right. Didn't
They
really
didn't
need to
hang it over us for like 3 episodes before they were like, "Let's
right.
make the obvious
Whoa.
reveal."
Right. Um so yeah, I can't wait for the next episode where they hate each other.
Oh yeah. Ooh, do you think Hime's gonna be like super mad at Ayano and like try to get back at her or something? I think she's gonna try to sabotage her, like in the
Mm,
middle of the restaurant.
I don't.
Even more so than she already
Oh,
does.
right. Oh my God. That is true. Oh my God. Oh my God. Also, I love how. Also, does the ghetto do anything? Did she ever
No,
do anything? Let's
no.
talk about the real issue. Does the ghetto do anything? Because I just see her standing there, reading a book with them fucking glasses, and just hitting on the other girls.
That's
That's
her role.
to not do a damn thing. That is wild. I've never seen her pick up a tray
She doesn't
and
take
be like the
orders
real
or
person.
anything.
No, she just stands there and looks like a lesbian. My God, girl. Get someone some water. Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I can't wait. Cause first of all, the way I know this is gonna make I don't even know. I first of all, I feel like I don't know. So there's a thing about I don't like about Hime.
Mm.
Cause you're like, oh, is Hime gonna mess with her? This part of me thinks feels like I think she's too much. She's too pussy to do that.
Oh, she's too
If she
much of
did,
a bitch to do anything.
yeah, Hime is like she doesn't seem to have much of a backbone, which makes her even more like have even less respect for her. Like, cause that's how narcissist she is. She like puts herself in the woe is me position. Like,
Oh yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
right.
God. Because she could have defended herself, but no, she was like, "Oh my God, no!" They told her I was a fake bitch, and now no one wants to be with me anymore. Like, girl, like you're making the way you're making me root against you.
Mm. Yeah, I have a
Um,
feeling she's not gonna. We're not gonna be on Hime's side in the long run.
I'm already not on her side.
Ooh, she
I'm
lost you already.
yeah, no, I did this episode. Hello, like I'm gone.
You're not team
Don't
fake
run
bitch.
over you. I'm team Ayano, team Garu.
Yeah, I'm team Yadu for now, right? Because she's like the only one that's just chilling.
Like at first, I was like, "Damn, Ayano, you're being really mean to him, man. She's not doing anything wrong to you necessarily. Like she's being extra, but she's not doing enough to warrant all of this." And then this episode happened. I'm like, okay, now she's doing.
Yeah, now she's kind of
Now she
digging her own
warrants
grave. Yeah.
Now she warrants the bitchiness. So yeah, I hope those words of the next title come from Ayano's mouth first frame. Like I hate you. Like after the conversation, she
Mm.
just cuts it out. She's like, I hate you, and then just walks out.
Ooh, the
And the girl,
sting.
oh, oh God, I live for it. Okay, oof, gotta exhale because we still have more podcasts.
Yes.
All
Save it for
right.
Vinland Saga.
Oh God. Up next we have Yuusha Shinda. Episode 3. So Homeboy's literally a skeleton,
Yeah, he just degraded into skeleton form.
right? And trying to get money from the king. The king don't give a fuck about that. King said, "Oh, you're here to marry my daughter, right? Oh, I don't know." And then he's like, then you must want to get this ass beat." He's like, "Oh, I'm kidding. I don't want to marry your daughter." Uh, then we went to go see the princess, and he's was like, "Hey, it's me." She's like, "Hey, oh my God, is that you?" And then it slams the door. That was funny. Um, I'm glad he made another fun, interesting, quirky character.
Hmm.
Uh, in the terms of the princess, her whole mana defense deficiency
Yeah,
syndrome.
she has to just continuously eat.
Right? She's just like she's like, "Can you turn the other way?" He's like, "Okay," and then you just hear, and he's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "Oh my God, you're a glutton."
I like that he likes it too. He's like, "Oh my god, her fat thighs."
Oh, that her flipping up the skirt, wild.
He just doesn't give a shit. He's like,
He really does not. I actually want him to get like be enough for that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Um. Oh, also that Leland dude who we were just like, oh, this dude's a lolicon,
Hmm.
and then it was so much worse than just him being a lolicon.
Yeah, he's actually just evil. Like, I kind of didn't see that coming though. The whole him being the necromancer or whatever skeleton dude.
Yeah,
I thought he was just working for him.
yeah. I was like, something's off about him. I don't know what. Um, but yeah, he said, I just want everyone's bones.
I love bones.
I love bones. I don't know why I did the off the power thing, but whatever.
I appreciate it though. Not only boomers will get it, but
Oh yeah, and then calls it? What's his name? Toka? Yeah, Toka straight up just said, yeah, I'll marry you. Like and he was like, oh sorry, I gotta lie to you, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But yeah, it was just a bunch of yeah, a bunch of wild stuff. Leland dude wanting everyone to just be a skeleton. I'm like, I think you're just horny for skeletons.
I'm pretty sure that's the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely, which is so wild.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna make
But
for an interesting fight next episode though.
and an even more interesting dojin.
Oh, God, please no. This is one series I'm not sure if I want to see the dojins for it as
Oh
much.
god.
There's a little bit too many necromancy type things in play.
Listen, it's just gonna be a bunch of corpses and bones gangbanging Yuna.
Can I like?
then,
I'd rather take fat old men over corpses and skeletons, please.
and then Yuna turns into skeleton, and then they still bang her.
Gross. Pass.
Yeah,
Guess I won't see any dojins from this series.
I feel like you will though.
I probably will.
You probably will. Just so you can be like, wow, that was gross. I would never want to see
That's gross. I'm never gonna watch it again. Favorites, bookmarks.
that. Yeah. So yeah, that was the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyable. I'll say the fact that this series I think is like arguably our weakest
Mm-hmm.
anime. That's really good.
Yeah, it's saying something because I actually really like the show. We don't really have any weak ones this season, which is a miracle.
Yeah. And speaking of, last but not least, Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 15.
I told you she ain't leaving alive.
Yeah. So I gotta see. Well, okay, to be fair, she probably would have.
If
he
she
didn't
wasn't
just
so
like,
stupid. You're right.
if what?
If she wasn't so stupid.
Oh no, she wasn't the stupid one. They were the stupid ones.
Oh, well, they're all stupid. She should have never left the house. She
Okay,
should
yeah,
have
no,
been.
right. But no, but like her stupid is excusable because it's like that's her husband.
Was her husband.
Gardar.
Was her husband and also got her son killed.
Not on purpose.
Well, he's about to get her other son killed, not on purpose.
What made her fold was that mistake where he was just like, "Yo, I'm sorry for everything." Like, I feel like that was just such a like I felt the emotion in that moment. I was just like, "Oh no, that making me feel."
Yo, her voice actor's really, really good at crying. It was like really emotional crying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust Gardar. Like, I don't know if he's just using her or like
I don't think he's using her. I think
because he's really putting her in a bad situation. Like at first, I thought she freed him, but she didn't. She just like was literally crying, and he was like, "Oh, time for you to escape with me because I killed somebody."
Right. No, he's just like ape shit and like
Yeah.
crazy. Like he literally just wants literally his mind. He doesn't get what's going on, so he's just like, oh, like no, free me. I'm gonna kill everybody, and we're just gonna go home.
But now I'm like, is he gonna kill her once he finds out that she's pregnant? That's what I
Yeah.
think is gonna happen. Like, I think they're gonna be running, and then Gardar is gonna like pull her, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, don't put me so hard. I'm pregnant. I can't run." And then he's gonna be like, "What?" and beat her head in with a rock or some shit.
Yeah, I'm also kind of scared about it. I also thought about that too. I'm kind of scared.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, no, she definitely yeah, definitely cutting him free was I understand why she did it.
At that point, she didn't really have a choice. It was like,
Right.
well,
'Cause
I
I
dug
feel
my
like
grave.
the guards were stupid enough
Mm-hmm.
to they would have been dumb enough to just like stab her. Like so I understand why she did what she did. Um I would say, yeah, the I still blame the guards ultimately because why did you go up to him like excuse me, why did you just run up to him with no weapon?
Yeah, the cards are really dumb, especially because Snake came out. And was like, "Man, I told them to not let their guard down."
And they literally was like, oh, it's raining, we're just gonna go inside. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Then Snake came back and there's just pieces of them everywhere. First of all, Snake being this mad about it, oh my
He's
god. It's
so
like
mad.
the more he gets mad about it, the more I get turned on.
You mad, bro?
I'm like, oh yeah, maybe. Oh, you want to take it out on something? Oh. Oh yeah, I don't know why. It's really hot seeing him get like so intense. It's the intensity that does it for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So on the flip side, while Thorfinn and Einar are just kind of watching all this happen, they're having this own conversation. Like, they get very philosophical. And they're just like, how can we break free and be free of all this and make a place where there is no war or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what Homeboy wants. That's what Thorfinn wants. But Einar obviously points out the obvious. He's like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to fight to literally protect that. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
violence is just at this
Part of it.
point, yeah.
Part of life.
So and they talk about where they could possibly go, talk about, traveling to the Americas, to just make a life for quote unquote outcasts, all that stuff. you know. And then there's also Thorfinn kind of reflecting on, where he comes from, how the Nords do things or like why, like, the whole like, my people don't see killing in war as bad. That's just kind of what we do. That's how Nordic men that's their self value their value is worth on how much they kill and steal and pillage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Um and now he's like, but I don't want that anymore. So they just have that conversation.
It's gonna suck when don't forget Canute's still Canute coming.
Oh my god. All of that is all this shit's happening and everyone's not even back.
Yeah, they're still on their
Yo,
way back. The transit in this time is a bitch. It's like
oh my
I'm telling
god. Like,
you, Keto's gonna show up to his farm. Half his workers are gonna be dead. His girl's gonna be dead. His unborn baby's gonna be dead, and Canute's gonna be like right behind him with an army.
yo, Kettle is literally gonna have to like pick up like a sack of a sack of wheat and dip.
Yeah, he's like, this is our farm now. This bag of wheat, we out. Get a bag of seed and start a farm somewhere else.
I'm just yeah. When Kettle gets back, not even when Canoe gets there. When Kettle gets back with Dorgil being there. Listen, if all this happening and Dorgil gets here, listen, Gardar.
Gardar just gets wrecked.
Right. Gardar going bye-bye. Oh man. Yeah, so I'm excited for each episode. Oh man. I feel like I'm high key might just watch it tomorrow when it comes out.
I want to do that, but I'm totally gonna forget by the time we record next on Sunday.
Right. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Vinland Saga, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that ends our weekly reviews, and it's also the end of our podcast. So Oni, if you'd be so kind, take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and catch every episode as they go up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a patron or channel member and join us for our weekly live watches. This season, we are watching Konosuba and Demon Slayer. Drew, you have anything you'd like to say?
Listen, y'all. If you are like me and you just had a few couple days where you ate nothing but junk food, like literally just chips and chicken and fries and burgers, this is that sign telling you to put it down and get a vegetable. Get a vegetable.
I gotta go back
balance
to the
that colon out. Balance out that colon, girl. Your body will thank you.
Yep, I'm gonna go back to the gym this week, so I'm gonna be right there with you. And until next time, this has been Subroni and
Juvidu.
we'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.